Hello everyone, I'm 𝗬𝗁𝗀 and today we are going to unbox and take a quick look at Samsung's new Galaxy A52. Last year, Galaxy A51 was one of the best-selling phones in the world, so what has Samsung changed in its successor, and most importantly, should you still buy it, you will see in this video. First of all, we have this new, simpler design. It just has a matte finish on the back. Of course, it's still made entirely out of plastic, but it feels alright in the hands, and if you ask me, it looks really nice, much better than previous years. On the back we have a quad camera system, but to be honest, you will probably only use the main and the ultra-wide camera. Photos from the main camera look surprisingly good, with more than enough detail and excellent dynamic range. They also have those typical Samsung colors. Photos from the wide camera are a tiny bit softer and have a little bit different color profile, but still look really good. This is a really nice wide camera. Even the macro camera is better than expected and actually pretty usable, but you will probably not use it that often. Now the depth sensor is basically useless, but at least the portrait mode you get from this phone is really nice and pleasing. In terms of low light performance is also quite decent. It has a night mode which can take really quite decent photos, so I think night mode is really good, but not on a flagship level. This is a 4K 30 FPS video. As you can see, it looks really nice, especially thanks to that optical image stabilization. It's nice and stable. If we switch to 1080p, we get of course a little bit better stabilization and smaller file sizes. And this looks good also. I think 90% of the time I will use this mode. We also have this super steady mode which works really well, as you can see. The downside is that it's only possible in 1080p, but again, you have it and it's really good. Front-facing camera is also really good on this phone. It can shoot 4K up to 30 FPS, and overall it can take really nice photos. Your selfies will be amazing if you're into that. So this phone definitely has awesome cameras, probably even the best in its price range. One other awesome thing about this phone is also the display. It has a 6.5-inch 1080p Super AMOLED display, of course by Samsung, and one important upgrade over the last year is that now it supports 90 Hz refresh rate, which is absolutely amazing to see, and it's probably the thing you are going to notice the most in day-to-day use on this phone. Under the hood of this phone we have a Snapdragon 720G chipset, which is really solid mid-range chipset. It's tried and tested, it works really well. In day-to-day use it works absolutely amazingly, especially paired with 8 GB of RAM in this particular phone and the 90 Hz display. I mean, this phone is really smooth to use, it works really well. In terms of gaming, you can play all modern games with no problems. On some heavier titles you will have to drop a setting here and there, but for the most part it works really nicely for gaming. Of course not on a flagship level, but you can definitely game on this phone. And multitasking is also really nice thanks to those 8 GB of RAM, so overall performance is really good. Not maybe the best for the price, but more than good enough for 90% of users. And unless you are a hardcore gamer, you will have zero problems with the performance of this phone. On top of Android 11 we have a One UI 3.1, which is, if you ask me, the best launcher for Android, and is definitely one of the selling points for this phone. It has ton of options, ton of customization, ton of features, and if you ever used Samsung phone before, you will be right at home with this one. It's just a typical Samsung software and it works really well. In terms of battery life, I usually get around 7 to 8 hours of screen on time and about day and a half of usage, which is excellent. Some people could maybe squeeze out even 2 full days of battery life on this phone, so that's absolutely amazing. In terms of unlocking the phone, you have an in-display fingerprint sensor, which is not the fastest but works reliably, and you have a Face ID, which also works really well. Again, it's nothing amazing, but they will get the job done. In terms of other features, we have a USB Type-C for charging, although we don't have wireless charging. We have a headphone jack. Yes, we have a headphone jack on this phone, that's amazing. We also have front stereo speakers, they sound actually really good and they are the best speakers I had on my phone. And also on the top of the phone we have a dual SIM or SIM and SD card slot up to 1 TB. So it's amazing that we can expand the storage nowadays when even flagships don't have this feature, and that's a big plus for me. So at the end of the day, I think this is really nice phone overall. It has awesome screen, awesome camera, long-lasting battery life, and I think this will be the perfect phone for a lot of people because it just works so well. It's really a nice package overall, and you really can't go wrong with this phone. I think Samsung has another winner in their hands. This will probably again be one of the best selling phones of the year, and the thing is, I really can't see any downsides with this phone. It's just overall good phone. And at least in our country, if you bought this phone before 31st of March, you get a free pair of Galaxy Buds Plus, as you can see. Mine are still coming, and that's just an icing on a cake of this already amazing deal. And this all combined with these free headphones was just too good of a deal to pass, and that's the reason why this is my new daily phone, and I think this would really be an ideal phone for most people. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, also write in the comments if you have any questions about this phone. I will try to answer them all. And that's it for this video, and I hope to see you in the next one really soon.